1990s Hasbro reviews. Joined today by Kirk from Kirk's Corner on YouTube. And this is kind of like a solo note for me because when we talk about Hasbro's, this is my childhood toy line. So this is obviously my favorite. This is something that I could sit back and I could talk about for hours. But you guys know I've talked about this a million and one times. I never had anything Hasbro related Series 3, and I never had anything figure wise from Series 5 onward. So anything that we've looked at the last several series, I never saw these in stores. I never owned these figures as a kid. Hell, the first time I've even seen these things is as an adult collector when I started picking these up, a few years back. And getting these green cards, though, today we're taking a look at Series 11. So Series 11 is the fourth and final release back in 1994. And we all know that technically this wasn't even supposed to be the final release. There was supposed to be an orange card, Series 12 release in 95, but Hasbro, they lost the contract. Just Toys Bendham's took over in 95, and then we saw Jakks Pacific take over in 96 as the official release for the wrestling for WWF basically, and even though Just Toys was still active until 2001, Jakks Pacific, I mean, they were what 2005, 2007, something like that, until like Mattel got the contract, and then Mattel's been like running with it for a decade and a half, 2 decades.
Jax has been making Bone Cruncher figures since the 90s, like the late 90s.
Yep, 96, I believe, is when the first BCAs hit stores. So that's insane, man. Like they've been, and here's the thing: I'm not even a big fan of anything that Jakks Pacific created, but I say that, and at the same time, I say I love the black cards, the Jakks Pacific Classic Superstars. But it's more to the point that I like those figures because of the packaging. Like I love the packaging; it's like one of my favorite packaging. So you take them out of the packages, I'm like, they do nothing for me. Like the figures themselves, I could care less. But in the packages, they display amazingly. Hey, what's going on, El? I see you, bud. But maybe one day, maybe we could take a look at some of those. I mean, obviously not all of them because Jakks Pacific Classic Superstars has like 500 or 600 figures, and then like I remember when I hit like 150, I was like, man, I'm like so close to completing this line, and I looked it up to see how many was actually released, and I saw over 500. I'm like, no, forget this. I'm done. These darn things are way too damn expensive to keep going for, and like I'm not even nowhere even remotely close, and they take up a lot of space. So I'm like, no, I'm done. I hit this breaking point. I'm done with the classic superstars line. All right, who we got here? Joe Vittor.
I enjoyed the
Welcome
Bone
to the show.
Crunchers, man. I had the first couple series of the Bone Crunching figures, man. Like when they came out, I got all of them. Me and my buddy used to play with them all the time.
I started collecting those maybe last year, and I only got them because of the figure collection store. When Wrestle
Yeah.
Something Retro started releasing Macho Man and the Blue Meat, or not Macho. Well, yeah, Macho Man was in Series 2, but Macho Man, Blue Meat in Series 1, Crush in Series 1, um, not Crush, Atom Bomb. I'm sorry. Atom Bomb and Blue Meat in Series 1. Now, those figures actually had the Bone Crunch sound effects in the legs. But then when they came out
Yeah,
with
they look
Series 2,
good.
like Macho Man,
They look really good.
yeah, they looked amazing. Like I enjoyed the figures from those sets, and that inspired me to
Mm-hmm.
go back and actually get the 1990s Jakks Pacifics. Now I don't care about them like loose or anything. On card, again, they look incredible. But I did pick up quite a few just because I wanted them for the collection. Just to say I have
As an
something.
adult collector, I don't think I'm gonna buy the Jack's Bone Crunchers back. I have like a couple from when I was a kid that somehow didn't get sold, but they look like crap as an adult. But I did like them when I was a teen. I was a teenager, I think, when they came out. I was like 13, but I liked them then, but now not so much. And they don't look good to display, so I think I'll pass on getting those back. But I did like them when they first came out, though. They were
Oh yeah.
a fun little toy.
Yeah, you definitely gotta get like some of the like little doll stands or something for them. They don't
And
stand
I
on their
can
own.
tell you
That
this:
sucks.
the tag team sets, that the first ones that came out, I think it was Legion of Doom, the Godwins, um, who were the other
Headbangers,
couple
maybe.
ones? Yeah,
I got
them
I got the headbangers. I think
and
that's my only one.
the blackjacks. I think that was the other one. Anyway, I could never find those ever. I wanted them so bad. I never saw any of those four in the stores.
Yeah.
They were the headbangers were near impossible
Yeah.
to do. Sometimes you and uh and the blackjacks, but all four were pretty hard to get.
Right on. So Joe, you live in Brazil. That's pretty incredible. So I don't know what the time difference is there, but I would imagine probably just like a few hours. So like for us, we're like East Coast in the USA. So we got like 11 a.m. right now. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what the time difference would be on in South America.
So
Like
Matt,
I'm not
I wanted to
expecting
ask you a quick question. And this is a little random. I just been watching this YouTube channel and they have a store in Kentucky. That Mega Man you bought, do you remember the name of that store you got it from?
damn, yeah,
Was
shoot, I should
was it
because it's like a
Castle? Was it Castle? I'm trying to think of the rest of the name. Castle
no,
something games or whatever.
no, it
No,
doesn't say
okay.
Castle. No, it's a
There's a
local toy
really good
store. It's like probably a 2 minute drive from my house.
one in Louisville, Kentucky called Castle. They have a big YouTube channel. I can't remember the rest of the channel name. It, Castle Games or something, but I just was wondering if you got it from them.
Mm-mm.
You should
No,
go
they're
there one day, man. They got a really nice store, man, for vintage games, and it's in Louisville.
I wonder if that's like downtown because I haven't heard of that myself.
It looks like it's in an old shopping center that may have one time had like a Kmart or something in it. It's like an old looking shopping center with not many stores in it. I do remember that.
I will look it up after the live show and see if I can find it. If it's relatively
Yeah,
close, I mean, I'll swing on by probably over the
yeah.
weekend or
We'll talk
something.
about that. Yeah, okay.
Awesome. Um, let me see what we got here. I'm just trying to go through the messages, make sure I don't miss anybody, make sure I'm kind of keeping up with the chat. Hey Joe, no, your English is fine. Like everybody's understanding everything that you're saying. No, no worries there. Trust me. But I do want to dive into the Hasbro Series 11 green cards, and
Whoa, power just went out, or my lights just went out. Hold on. What the fuck? Go ahead, Matt. I'll get it working.
no, you're good, man. So the first one I want to start off with is the Atom Bomb figure. Oh, shoot. Um, so Atom Bomb. And I might have to X out of the video, guys, because I got my contractor calling me right there, and he's actually sorry, I might have to take this call.
Go
Bear
ahead.
with
Just
me,
take the
guys,
call
because
real quick. We'll wait. Take the call. Just pause it or whatever. We'll wait for Matt to get back because he's a good host. I'm not good with hosting things. I'll be back too. Give me a minute. Oh, I don't know how to hold it up, man. I'm not a good host. I don't know what to talk about. I don't want to start going into the figures because I want Matt to be able to do all that stuff here. Got Atom Bomb right there. Carded Atom Bomb. And we've got the carded Billy Gunn. Oh, boo, boo, boo. Technical difficulties. I didn't know how to take the show over for you, Matt. I had no idea where to start.
Uh,
I just kind of sat here.
Sorry, man. I don't know
It's all right.
if the show paused when I answered the phone or not, or if it was still
No, it
ongoing.
was recording. Your screen went black and silent. I was just me staring at the screen, and yeah.
Oh, it sucks now. It's now the volume on my end is bad.
um, Thinking here. Is there
Yeah.
anything you could
So my
click
contractor
to?
had called because he had gone to the warehouse to pick up pick up a pallet that they're going to be installing back near my near the pool deck.
Uh,
So, and he's like, "Yeah, you gotta call the electricians and make sure that they don't come out because they got to build this. They got to build this unit first because they have to specifically build the wires into the unit." And I called the electricians yesterday, set up an appointment for Monday to build me a new electrical box for outside. But yeah, man, apparently I got to call them today and cancel that appointment. So
right, right.
we're gonna have to build that unit first before we have any electric outlets or anything built.
Are you is your sound fixed?
No, your the sound on your side is coming in very soft, but I'm assuming that the viewers can still hear you relatively normal. It's probably because I logged out or took the call, and now when I came back in, now it kind of messed it up. But
Yeah,
I
I
can
don't
still
know.
hear you well enough that we can still continue.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had no idea how to take that stream over, man, and I didn't want to go into the series figures without you knowing where we were and what was going on. So,
No worries.
all right, cool.
Oh wow, Brazil's only is an hour ahead. Really? I would have thought they were actually would have been behind us probably by like 3 or 4 hours. Interesting. So
Oh
let's see.
shit! I got to take all of these figures off the wall between now and Monday because we got a guy coming out to put some siding back up that the wind knocked down, and I'm afraid once he starts hammering out there by my wall, he's going to knock these damn figures off the wall.
Why is he coming to knock? What's he doing?
We have our roof siding, like the wind
Yeah.
pulled, like it's like hanging down. So we got it. I didn't want to get up there on a ladder, so we're paying some guy to come back and hammer it back in place and shit. But the wall that it came down on it by the roof is on my side where these figures are, like right on the other side of this wall. And I'm afraid if I leave everything in place once he starts hitting, I don't want him to get all knocked around and shit.
Yeah. I got you. I mean, I don't think that'll mess with the display at all, but I mean, if you need to take
Yeah,
a
but
few off the top
I'm too,
there
I'm
protect
not
them, I
taking
mean, I say
any
go for
chances.
it. But
Yeah, because I mean, these
this question
bubbles
right
are
here
brittle.
from Dax. I grew up in Chicago, so born and raised in Chicago, North Side, Rogers Park. So I'm a Bulls fan. Now, obviously, I haven't watched basketball since '99. Right after the Bulls won their last championship in '98. I watched after the lockout season, '99. I think they had like 69 games that season, and the Bulls went from a three-peat winning organization to a 13-win team. And I'm like, this is BS. We are not the Florida Marlins. Okay. You don't dismantle an organization when you live in a major metropolis like Chicago. So at that point, I was already an obsessive baseball fan. I was rooting for the Cubs, and at that point, basketball didn't really mean anything to me anymore. So I really had no more interest in following basketball. So hearing, and I saw that as well, that Rodman was going into the Hall of Fame. Uh, I was hearing that he was going into the WWE Hall of Fame, and I'm like, that's something, I guess. I mean, he's already a damn basketball Hall of Famer. There's no doubt. That's something, right? To hear him as a wrestling Hall of Famer as well, I think that's awesome. But does he deserve it? I don't know, because then if you put Dennis Rodman in the WWE Hall of Fame as this WCW wrestler, do you put Karl Malone in the Hall of Fame as well as another basketball player that wrestled in WCW? Right? Where does it turn? At least you could say he was right there with Hogan and Nash and Hall and all that guys, right? So I don't know, but I'm a
He's
Rodman
gonna get
fan,
in there
so
before.
I say kudos to him, and that brings some kind of joy, right?
It's just crazy. He's gonna get in there before Marty Jannetty and stuff. I don't know
Hey,
about that,
Onesto.
man.
Hey, welcome to the show, bud. Yeah, man. That might be something that we could do, Kirk. Kind of look at the unreleased orange cards next week instead of, well, or maybe not next week, possibly the following week. Next week we could still look
I
at the
mean, next
rings,
week,
accessories, the Royal Rumble figures, etc., and then maybe kind of jump into Series 12 unreleased figures.
yeah, we could
That
do
might
that.
be an
Next
idea.
week, I'm not going to be here. Can you hear me?
What's that?
I said next week I won't be available.
All right. So no live show next week. All right, that
Yeah, I'm
works.
not going to be here.
But yeah,
I'm going
just
to
let me know
be out at a
when you're
bunch of
ready.
errands.
But
All right.
so we started talking about Atom Bomb, and for me, I do think that Atom Bomb is a top 10 best Hasbro figure, and he's just a repaint of your Mr. Perfect, your Scott Steiner. Uh, who else is out there? Perfect, Scott Steiner. Am I missing somebody? I think. Oh, Crush. Crush, Atom Bomb, Scott Steiner, Mr. Perfect. So you got two Perfects, two Crushes, a Scott Steiner and Atom Bomb with this particular body type. The one downside is I like this arm. This arm being a little bit closer in, but with the left arm kind of shooting like way out there, like I'm not a particular fan of that.
Just showing people to lose of him.
So Kirk, do you remember in the 90s when Atom Bomb used to come to the ring? What's that?
Huh?
Oh man, I'm sorry, but like the volume on your side has like completely disappeared now.
Me? Let me rejoin in. It must be you. Hold on.
Hey, sorry guys. I shouldn't have taken that call, guys. It kind of screwed up the live show. Let's try this. 1 second, guys.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's still coming in soft, but it was better than it
It's
was
you,
before
man.
because I can actually make you out a little bit better.
All right.
But when Adam Bomb used to come to the ring, he used to have like these little Nerf balls, right? And I don't want to say Nerf ball, but like they were like little like little Hindenburgs or something, and he used to like sit there and he used to launch them into the crowd. And as a kid, we used to have one or two of those. And my God, I swear to, as an adult, I would go freaking Google Gaga over those son of a bitches today. I think there was a seller on Facebook that was actually that said he had one of those, but he sold it. And he sold it for like $800. I'm like, fudge. I want them, but I
So
don't want to
you
pay no
got
$800 for a freaking Nerf ball. You know, like son of a.
so you got some of those from one of the matches?
He might have, but I think you could like buy them at like
No, I'm
Kmart or
saying.
something, or Ventures, or like one of those retail
uh,
stores back in the day.
No, I was saying. I thought you were saying you got them at one of the events.
No, 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 no.
Never mind.
Just on TV, whenever you used to watch the matches, whenever he came into the ring, he used to throw those little missiles
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the crowd, and
yeah.
you could actually buy those same things at the store. And
Uh,
my siblings, we used to have one of them, or maybe two, I don't remember, but we used to have one. And it's nostalgia, it's memories, right? And
yeah.
it's something I wanted to have for the collection. So I was trying to look it up and see if there's like any on eBay, or like maybe Facebook, someone that was selling them or something. And the one guy that basically has absolutely everything, I tried to reach out to him and like, hey, do you have any of these? He's like, yeah, I used to, and I ended up selling it. And when he told me what he sold it for, I'm like, well, I guess I'm out of it, because maybe I'd go crazy and spend like $50 on it or something. But I mean, you're telling me hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I'm like, get the hell out of here. Like, no, that's ridiculous. I mean, you got to look at resale value, right? Everything I buy, I look at what is the value of this product? Is it going to keep its value? Is it only valuable to me? Or is it something that 5 years from now, 10 years, 20 years from now, if I decided to sell it, could I get my money back for it? And
Right,
I
right.
think something like that would only be valuable to like someone like me. Very few people would be interested in that. And would they be interested in it at $600, $800, etc.? The answer most likely is no. Like if I bought it today for $600, let's say, could I resell it the very next day and say, you know what, I got it, and I really regret my purchase. I don't want it for $600. I'm gonna put it up on Facebook. I'm gonna sell it for $600, try to get my money back. Would anybody take it for $600? I'm sure there would be a lot of people that would be interested, but maybe I'd get offers for like $100, $50, $75. Maybe someone come in like 150, possibly. I don't know. But would they pay $600? Probably not. So if he's selling it for like $800, that's insane, right?
No, it's not showing. Oop.
Yeah. So Kirk, the sound is good for the viewers. It's just not good on my end. So
Yeah,
we
but
just
the
have to
problem
bear
is
with
you're
it.
not going to hear anything I say. You're not going to hear a single thing I say.
Yeah, man. This happens
I mean,
on
I
some
might
of
as
my
well,
streams where I can't hear the other
huh?
viewer or the other. So whenever you need to dive in, just shut me up, and that way I could listen into to what you're saying.
All right.
Let me get through the comments, guys. But know what I noticed on this? So there are, what is it, 7 releases for the Hasbros, right? But they only give you 5 characters on the back of this. But notice that they also give you a new ring. That's the yellow King of the Ring. Now that son of a gun, I don't have that, but a new in box King of the Ring, yellow ring, would probably set you back somewhere around $1,000, $1,500, probably even more than that. Because even loose, a yellow used King of the Ring ring would probably sell for like $500. Those damn things are expensive. But I'm curious why don't put Purple Crush on here, and why they don't put Yokozuna. Maybe because they're
I guess because they're
re-releases.
I think because they're just repaint.
Yeah, that would be
I
my
think they were
assumption.
just going for. Yeah, I think they were just going for the new.
All right, trying to get through these messages here.
Media ring.
And response to James, I don't know if you're still here, James, but I haven't been able to find those darn Series 2 ever myself. I've been all over Target.com like repeatedly. I actually went into the physical stores a few times because I got sick and tired of all of these pictures being posted on Facebook 10 million times over. Look what I found at my local Target, and nothing.
Yep.
Then
Yep.
finally, like 2 days ago, Mattel Creations, I saw a Facebook post saying that Mattel Creations is selling them. I jump on there.
Mm-hmm.
There is Stone Cold, and there is Jesse Ventura. The one figure I actually wanted, Ultimate Warrior, sold out. Son of a gun. All right, fine. Maybe at least I could pick up Bundy. No Bundy to be seen. Dang it. What the heck? So I had to settle for Steve Austin and Jesse Ventura. Well, actually, Jesse Ventura, I mean, it's still the same stupid original LJN fighting pose, but at least he's got that awesome built on. And that's what I've said, what I'm talking about. Bad fighting pose, but the graphics, the design of that figure is what makes it impressive. And the original LJN Jesse Ventura, one of the worst, probably top 5 worst LJN figures ever made. But the new Jesse Ventura, even though they use the exact same fighting pose, right now, from the first couple of series, makes it one of the best Mattel LJNs just for the fact that it's got an awesome design. So
Yeah, I
that's why I
wanted to.
always say clothing, accessories make the difference.
When you sent me that link, I wanted to get one, but from the store.
Yeah, and Mattel Creations, it's not like Mattel Creations, you have to sit around for months and months to get your pre-orders either. They usually ship out within a couple of weeks, so I'm not expecting it to take too long to get those figures in. Let's see.
I've been to Target like 9 times within the past month, and I've not seen it. And it's multiple different Targets too.
Yeah. And I'm just seeing what Elle was saying. I'm like, dude, I think we all agree, and everyone out there is basically making the same argument. Like, this is a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and they see how well that these things are selling. They should be producing like probably 1 million of every figure, and then some.
Employee up and not letting them hit the floor, and then of course the scalpers are not allowing money to go on pegs. They're buying the whole fucking box, which is agitating. I've seen YouTube doing that. They're getting the whole shipper box of them, all of them.
Well, I can't blame. I mean, it's pretty scummy to do that, but I mean, at the same time, I can't blame guys that are doing that. At the same time, these things should be like mass produced. It's not like
Right.
a small company. Like if I'm making my own action figure line, I can only produce X amount of figures because I can't afford to be producing tens of thousands or millions of figures. I can't. I don't have the financial ability to do that. Mattel, they can produce millions of figures. They can afford it, and they know they're going to get their money's worth
Problem is
because they're going to sell out. They know it.
only 4 are in each box. That's one of the problems. So only each store is getting maybe 1 or 2 boxes, and there's only 4 figures in a complete box.
Yeah, true.
So Mattel, I don't know if it's an ordering thing or Mattel send how many they send per store, but either the stores need to order more or Mattel needs to give them far more cases buying that whole case.
Well, the thing is, there should never be a Target exclusive. There should never be a Walmart exclusive. We're seeing it with the Mattel LJNs. We saw it with the WWE Superstars from Walmart. You can't go onto their website and order their stuff. It's never available. And even if you go into the
Right.
stores, like Walmart, for example, you might see, like to this day, if you ever do see a figure on the racks, it might be like a green suit $1 million man, or like a honky tonk man, a Ric Flair. Like, why do you still see Series 1 figures up on the pegs, and they're, like, up to, like, Series 18 or whatever it is now, like, stupid, right? You jump on eBay, those are, like, $7 figures. Everybody that wants them has those. They're not valuable, but you can never get any of the new stuff, and it's why I stopped collecting the the WWE Superstars from Walmart because the only way to get them is through eBay, and you're always paying 2 to 3 times the price, and I'm like, "Forget that." And they just didn't.
My Walmart got a lot of them in, but unfortunately they stopped for months because I've seen is zero. They don't even for them to hang, so I'm assuming they just stopped getting them all together.
Right. Kinda makes sense. All right, folks. Moving on to the next figure, which is coming with the Rodeo Roundhouse. Bart Gunn.
Bart gun, one nice card. That's a nice figure, man.
So, with the exception of, I think, one figure, I think I'm almost positive that all of these figures, except for one, is a custom inside. So, I, all of my green cards, like I bought the real green card, so the card and bubble is obviously the real thing. And I do have an original loose figure, but the figures that I put inside the card is custom. I just taped those down because I didn't want to pay $400+ for a green card figure, right? So, there's like customizers in the UK or my buddy Rob Jackson, he did a lot of good customization. So I was able to get custom figures for him, for example. But I ended up putting those figures inside here. That way I can still showcase my original loose collection. And I didn't have to put them, lock them away in a actual bubble. So like this is, you can see that this is taped up. This got taped up coming up. So all of these cards and bubbles are original, but the figure inside is a custom.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that they took a Razor Ramon, and that's the tough part about customizing a Bart gun figure is that you have to give up a Razor Ramon. And Razor Ramon, even if you take a Series 7 Razor Ramon, even if all of the razors are off his trunks, if there's no lettering of the razor on the back of his vest, etc., I mean that's still a good $25-$30 figure, maybe, right? So Razor Ramon is a valuable commodity for resale purposes. But if you want to get yourself a Bart gun, you have to send it to someone to customize, and that's the only figure that works because it has the built-on vest. So, but you get yourself a Bart gun, and you don't have to go on eBay or whatever and spend $200 to get yourself an original. So if you have a spare Razor Ramon, like my customizer, maybe he charges you maybe $10 for the head or something, maybe $10 or so for the paint job. And so maybe you paid $30, let's say, for the Razor Ramon figure, all in you're like $50. Maybe shipping to and shipping back. maybe another $10. I say $60 all in. And an original figure costs like $250 each. So I have to look at it from that perspective. And you're getting basically the exact same figure. Because the only thing that's being swapped out is the head. And those
Yeah.
mold casts are done extremely well. But a much easier figure if you ever wanted to customize. From the Smoking Guns, his tag team partner and brother, Billy Gunn.
Here's an original. This is an OG one I have. This is authentic. This shit was expensive.
Yeah.
Let's see what how close they got to your paint job. I'm just curious how close they got yours to looking like this with the paint and all.
That is a sharp piece, because when I look at this, like you could actually look at the head, and his head is like tilted too far down. I think I looked at yours, and his head is, more like looking up. So yeah, like the head on that, you could tell before I even look at the body or anything, I could tell original just based on the way that the head is situated. I mean, you see how this head is looking downward?
Yeah, I mean it looks really good.
I
I
mean,
don't
it's a
see
great
much of a
custom,
difference.
100% great custom, but
I mean, you can see
yeah,
mine molded in plastic. That's a resin cast, isn't it?
but that is a great detail to point out. Like how do you know a
Yeah.
figure's original or not? If the figure's looking at you like so, original. If he's kind of looking down like this, custom.
Yeah,
But
but you're also tell if the head's casted out of resin. I mean, you should be able to tell. Isn't your head casted out of?
I believe it is. I believe all of the
You can see. You can tell this is not a resin. I mean, in
yeah,
person, you definitely can tell.
and I believe all of the head molds are made out of resin. And
Yeah. No, they're all plastic. Are you talking about on the repros like yours? Or are
yeah,
you
the
talking
customs.
about legit figures? Okay. I was gonna say,
Yeah,
gotcha.
the customs. All right.
Right.
Oh man,
Yeah, this
I'm way
figure, man,
behind on
this
the
is
comments,
probably
guys.
one of my favorite figures just because I love the Jake the Snake punching action. You know how I am about the punching action.
I was just gonna say, but before I get to that, I want to kind of backtrack to some of these comments, guys, because I'm like way behind. Hey,
Two
Browski, what's
ninety
up, man?
nine. Look at that price sticker. $2.99.
Yeah.
Imagine how much money you could have if you got all these at $2.99. Sheesh.
man, when you said when you said Warrior Black Card was on eBay for $180, my first thought was original LJN, and then I had to think twice and then think about the Mattel LJNs. I'm like, no. Eventually, there will be availability of the Warrior cards in stores or something. People will be able to get those. Now, if it's like a year
It's
later
gonna be like
and
the
the person
Hogans.
and
It's
they
gonna be
don't
just
have
like
it,
the Hulk Hogan.
yeah,
They Hulk Hogan
exactly.
for way up and then they went way down within a month or so.
I feel like if you don't have it a year from now, you might have no choice but to get your hands on it, but
You'll get it. They'll be
pay
in the
that
stores
price.
by.
But I don't
I'd
see
say
it
by the middle of.
taking that long for
I'd say
all buyers who want it to get their hands on it.
by the middle of April to the end of April, most stores should have them in stock.
Oh, there's the volume. So, my contractor just called me right now, and I just declined the call, and now your volume just came right up.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, now your volume is super high.
Oh, okay. You must have your volume bar switched around.
No, it's
Dragon
funny. I
Battle
think it had something to do with the
figures.
phone call or whatnot.
I wish we had a time machine, man. That would be fucking amazing. I'd buy
Ah,
every one, especially at the $2.99 price tag right there. I mean, this
dang
is
it.
about a $500 figure. Well, a little under, maybe like $450 on card. And
Yeah.
at $3, I mean, shit.
Hey man, you mind taking over the stream for a while? My contractor's outside and he says that he needs me out there.
Sure. I don't know what to talk about.
Um,
Sure. I'm
he
not
w-
a good co-host.
no man, you're shit, man. You do fine, man. If you want to talk about Billy Gunn and you kind of move on a little bit, or if you want to answer
I
some of
don't
the
have
folks in
any
the
other
comments,
figures. Sure. I just don't have any other figures to show this series.
okay.
All right. We'll wait for you.
I'll try and be back as soon as I can.
All right. If you want to
Uh,
talk, we can talk in chat. I don't really have. You can go ahead, Matt.
all right, bud.
Like the NWO '96 character's taking over. Yeah. Except I don't know how to host anything very well. Oh, actually, I do not, but I don't really want to grab him. We'll just wait on Matt because I don't have any other figures to showcase. Not loose or anything. Matt has all of them. Guess we'll just sit in fight mode. I think of something to showcase here. Let me look to see what I got over here that I can show. Bro, I'll grab the Hasbro ring. Oh, look at this. All right, we got the Hasbro ring here. I don't think we've talked about this. The beautiful, amazing ring here. Got the little belt, the little flag. Let's see if this even stays in here. There we go. I think the green card, what was the yellow ring, is the exact mold of this. Just I don't remember what the flag was like on the yellow ring. Was it just a WWF logo? I think that's what it looks like in this drawing. I had two of these, and I just sold one a couple months ago at a little yard sale out front, and the guy that came by was like, "Oh, I haven't seen Hasbro stuff since like I was a kid," and he was like, "Could you please hold this for me? I got to go to the bank and get some money out." I hooked him up. I gave him the whole thing for $50. Oh, all right. So I don't know what is your Red Hulkamania shared herself in the ease. Very pricey now. Yeah, hold on. I got a couple of them. Let me see. This one, hold on, grab it down. This one is my Grail. I have a couple of them, but this one still has the tag on it. Yeah, this boy is worth some good money because of the tag still attached. And I got that one, and there's others I have with this. It looks identical. They're in my closet, but this is one I like the best because of the tag. Let me see if I can grab something else down. Oh, God, this is one of my favorites too. WrestleMania, the Mega Powers explode. Trump Plaza, Atlantic City. I don't like to wear these because I'm afraid I'm going to burn since I'm a smoker, unfortunately, I'm afraid I'm going to burn a hole in them. So I don't like to wear them that often. Let's see if we can grab these guys. Another Hogan. Got the little WWF. I don't know if it's hard to see. It's under this. Well, the one with the price sticker, I'll never wear that, or the tag, I'll never wear that. But the other ones, I don't really wear them either because I don't want to burn a hole in them. I've worn this one a couple times. I don't wear it that much though. Let's see if I can get down. Hold on one second. Trying to grab some more shirts here out of the closet. If I can get them. It's messy as hell in here. Stay. Hold on one second. Here's a Warrior. I managed to get a couple out of the closet. Here's I don't know what the year is on this one, this Jake the Snake. I got this out of Canada off eBay last year. I think it's vintage. I mean, it's got the little, oh, it's not showing up, the WWF, but this tag has got me. I remember seeing this tag, I think, back in the day, but this one's got different sleeves. But I think this is a vintage Jake the Snake. I have no idea. Then we got this Warrior I got last year off eBay. Got the some of the shirts had the WWF tag, some didn't, which I don't know why they did that. Looks like the original shirt in the 80s. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the end of the 80s, the early 90s. I remember, and I don't know why I remember this, but I swear I've seen these tags back in the day on shirts, like blank shirts that companies use to stamp stuff, like to print stuff on. I don't know. I
I'm
got
sorry,
this
guys.
like a really good deal. No, it's all good. I was going over some of my wrestling T-shirts because I really didn't know what else to talk about.
I appreciate you taking over, Mud.
Hey, no problem. I'm very socially awkward unless I take my anxiety medicine, then I feel better. But hey, whatever.
Yeah, man, I'm just kind of reading
Let
through
me
the
hang these.
comments.
Let me
Yeah,
hang these shirts back up real quick. I was showing them this one, Matt, that I had you get me because the
yeah,
guy I couldn't bid on it because I had like, what was it? I had like 2 strikes on my old eBay account so that I couldn't bid. So I messaged you up. You bid and won the auction. We won this for, what was it, man? Like $40,
like 43 or
something
something like that.
really
Yeah, like
crazy. Yeah, yeah. This is like easily a couple $100 or more because of the tag. Even the guy I got this from was like, man, I paid hundreds of dollars for this, and I did not think it.
and when I saw that, I'm like, when you told me the price of that type of vintage shirt, I'm like, dude, that's freaking insane. And then to see
Yeah.
what it sold for, I'm like, damn, dude.
I literally did not think we would win that auction. I was like, I was adamant about getting that because when I couldn't bid, I was like, oh no. I hit you right up. I was like, dude, please put a bid down for me on this. And you're like, well, what do you want me to bid up to? I think I said like $50 most, and you won it for like 40. I don't know why nobody was bidding back and forth on it. I think he had it listed like he had it in the wrong category or some shit. It wasn't like
Mm.
in the listing for wrestling shirts or something. I think that's why people didn't see it on eBay
Yeah.
really good.
You know what's insane? I actually tried whenever I do my like, or I had in the past did any of those magazine reviews, like WWF magazine, right? And you get to the segment where you're ordering, the plush teddy bears or the
Mhm.
t-shirts, whatever the case might
Yeah.
be, right? I want a lot of those vintage 80s shirts, but like if you try looking that stuff up nowadays, they're all in the 100 range, $125 for a damn t-shirt. I'm like, get the hell out of
Mhm.
here. Like, I don't care
I
how old the
mean,
damn t-shirt is. Like, I'm not paying more than 20 freaking dollars for a darn t-shirt. Like, it's insane.
you
Ah,
can find good deals. You just have to look. Like I had a Jake the Snake shirt I was just showing, and I'm pretty sure it's vintage because it has the WWF logo
yeah.
branded on it, and the tag that's on the shirt. I've seen that tag back in the day. I think in the early '90s, but I got that for I think like $25, man. You just have to look. You can get deals on there sometimes, but yeah. But for the most part, yeah, you're going to pay up, especially you remember before Hogan died for years. I used to tell you that you should buy up Hogan shit. I was, because I knew, I swear, guys, I had this feeling years ago Hogan was on short time on this earth. So I was buying up as much Hogan shit as I could. And I was constantly telling Matt, hey, man, buy up Hogan stuff, shirts, whatever, because once he's gone, his shit's gonna go way up, and it happened. But I was buying up all of his Hogan vintage shirts. I got a couple jackets, vintage Hogan jackets, autographs, the whole 9 yards. Like real quick, give me 1 second here. I don't know if I showed this to anybody but you, Matt, but this is one of my grails. I got this like 4 years ago. I think I've
What's
seen
that?
only like one other on eBay. This
Okay.
vintage chalk line 1994 or 93 Hogan um jacket, like spring jacket. But this thing is one of my grails, man. It has a little burn hole in it, but these things you can never find them, especially in a good adult size. But I love this thing, man. And I paid nothing really for it because I sold a VHS. I paid $2 for like $400 last year. That money bought this for me, plus gave me money left over. So, but there's the old chalk line.
There's a seller in the
Made in
UK that has
USA. The new
not
chalk
that.
lines are all made in China. See, made in USA. That's how you know it's old too. We don't really
Mm,
make shit anymore.
yeah, he had like a vintage, like white and all blue Ultimate Warrior type jacket. And I saw that he
I have
wanted like
that.
$40 for it. And it seemed like, but it just didn't seem like it was valuable if he was listing it that low.
You should have got it. Here's the Hogan one of that. They had a Warrior and a Hogan one. The Warrior was blue. The Hogan was this color. There's the Oh, hold on. The WWF tag. But yeah, you should have got the Warrior one, man. These are my favorite, my grails right here.
Nice.
I'll be over in a second. Just hanging shit up. I can barely move in here because I have a big box with a TV in it on the ground. All right.
Yeah, man. I just read through all the comments just to make when I got back in here, just to make sure I caught up with all the comments and everything.
I had a feeling someone Hogan was not here. Yeah, I had a feeling years ago that Hogan wasn't going to be here much longer. So I was telling as many people as I could, dude, to like jump on Hogan merch because I just had that feeling, and then it happened. So yeah, that's why I was
You know,
buying up. I bought those jackets, everything I could get my hands on. I didn't sell any of it to make profit, but I just knew if I wanted it, get it now because the prices are going to shoot way up.
yeah. You know what makes me really angry when I look at this next card? The same thing you were just showing us earlier. That 299 stencil. stamp on the card,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the price sticker.
And that's what I remember. I remember going to Toys R Us and seeing all of the Hasbro selling for $3. So maybe like KB Toys were selling for like
It
four
would
or
be
$5 maybe, but like Toys R Us, I remember all of the figures being $3.
right.
And when I see a green card, 1, 2, 3 kid back in the day selling for $3, that drove me nuts. This is like a $1,200 to $2,500 figure nowadays.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. My neighbor's little brother got that figure. I remember the day he came home and jumped out of the minivan with it in his hand. Look what I got. I think he got that and Evil Crush.
But yeah, like I said, I will never in a million years pay $1,200 for. I mean, I want this badly. I want an original badly, but I'm not doing it. So I went out
Right.
and I
Yeah,
won
I'm
the
not.
green card, bubble,
Mm,
obviously original on auction. And even that was expensive. Even just the card cost more than most action figures, most Hasbro action figures. So I just slapped a custom 1, 2, 3 kid inside, called it a day. Hey, that completes my Hasbro 1, 2, 3 kid MOC.
yeah,
You know what?
I think he jumped out of the 89 or 90 Dodge Caravan, was like, look at my 1, 2, 3 kid and my Evil Crush. I was like, you little bastard.
But dude, just
I
get
remember that
yourself.
day so well. I remember that day so well. Like, really, really well.
You know what? Get yourself a Jake Roberts and have them customize it to look like Billy Gunn. Get yourself a Rick Rude and have them customize it to look like 1, 2, 3 kid. I mean, save
Yeah,
yourself.
that's the best bet to go. If you want a 1, 2, 3 kid Hasbro, yeah, go that route. Unless you got money to blow, because that's one figure I probably won't ever get, unless Little Brooks and Joe call me up and say, "Hey, we found our wrestlers.
Yeah,
Here's the 1, 2, 3 kid."
yeah. What's also funny is when you look at his bio picture, the day that he had to take a picture for his action figure, freaking assholes went and they shaved
He
when they shaved his
played with Jake. Yeah,
eyebrows,
they ribbed him.
and he
Yeah,
still went and took the picture looking like that. I'm like, wow,
I
that.
signed some of his figures where he took the Sharpie and colored his eyebrows back on the person's carded 1, 2, 3 kid that he was signing.
And I'm like, that's kind of a fucking ass. I mean, that's kind of like an asshole move, though.
He I don't know if he asked the guy or not. I'm just saying I've seen a couple like that where he signed them and also took the Sharpie and drew his eyebrows back on.
Yeah, to me personally, I would be pissed off if he did that. To me, that's what makes that figure nostalgic, and that's what makes it that gives it its history is that missing eyebrow thing. And like, dude, I didn't want you to damage my card. Like, sign it, yes, but no.
Right.
Now, this next one, I prefer the Series 8, of course. I like the colors better of the Series 8. But this right here got me into collecting mint on card. Because once you get one mint on card, you got to have them all.
I forgot
And
they did
this,
that to the smoking guns. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
oh no, you're good.
I was
This was
reading
my
something in
very,
the chat.
yep, this was my very first mint on card Hasbro. Now this is 100% complete original figure, and I was expecting this to go for like $400, $500, and I won it on auction, and I wasn't expecting to win it. And for the price I won it for, I was very surprised. So I was very pleased with what I got this for. And I'm like, you know what? I got one of the most expensive figures right off the bat. So it shouldn't be too bad to be able to pick up all of the rest of Hasbro's
I
on
mean,
card.
that's a dope figure, man. Them figures are heavy. They got some weight to them.
Yeah. And it's why I love the
I have
Yokozuna
that
figure so
figure as
much.
well up on the wall, but I don't feel like pulling that down. It's right
But
behind,
the
right?
one thing that
Oh,
bothers me is
there.
that they still show the Series 8 picture with Yokozuna in red. So
Yeah.
it'd been nice if they updated that part. But it's his 93 Royal Rumble victory looking Yokozuna. So, I mean, my God, freaking Macho Man. I will never get over that event. Like, how embarrassing. I mean, how many Royal Rumbles has Macho Man appeared in? Oh, I'm going to drop an elbow and then try to pin you. Like, I'm sure, like, that was his idea because he wanted to. I don't know what his thought process was, but why? I'm like, even as a kid, like, what the hell are you doing? I mean, there was no way in hell Macho Man was getting Yokozuna over the ropes. The only way Yokozuna was going over those ropes is if it was a Jim Duggan one man gang type of scenario where Yokozuna was charging him and he kind of fell down, pulled down the ropes, and he just kind of went over the ropes. That was the only way Yokozuna was getting eliminated. But you had to have like 6 people get in there and try to throw that man over. But at the same time, here comes Shawn Michaels, what was it, 95 or maybe 96 Royal Rumble, when he comes up and tosses both Vader and Yokozuna out by himself. So, I mean, who knows? Crazier things have happened. If he's on that Yokozuna teetering on the ropes, maybe Macho Man has the strength to kind of lift him up enough to toss him over. Because he's a big guy. I mean, he's not going to be able to sit there and, hang on the ropes and, just squeeze those suckers and hold on. No, he goes over the ropes. He's going over those damn ropes. Oh, man. Somebody got eyebrow red. Mm.
Oh man. Drop
Hey,
that shit
Pittsburgh, what's
right
going
on
on,
my
bud?
Oh,
Yeah, that's 3 of my favorites right there. Sting, Cheeseburger's my favorite WCW wrestler of all time. Undertaker, probably my top 6 favorite. Warrior, my number 2 favorite wrestler of all time. All legends for me. I could use one right now.
what are you reading? I don't see
Oh,
reading that.
the last of the comments.
So
All right.
what do we got left, Ludwig?
Last 2 figures. Number 6, Evil Crush.
Yeah,
And I've talked about this one on card plenty, and it drives me nuts to see what the prices are going for today. I would have thought over the last few years that the prices of Hasbros have actually gone down. But this guy, Evil Crush, is the one figure that has gone up significantly in price. So, Evil Crush back in like 21, 22, when I was collecting Hasbros, right? Evil Crush mint on card was like a $350 figure. Crazy expensive. Something I would not pay for a green card. Like, no, I'm not paying that type of money. Today, loose, not carded, a loose original Purple Crush is selling on eBay for like $550. Like, what the hell happened? If you're asking $500 for a loose figure, I could only imagine that a carded figure is probably going for like $800 then. I'm like, insanity. And that's $800 is probably on like the low end. I can't do it. But what do? You take a Series 7 Crush, you get him customized, and you don't even have to change out the head or anything. You just have your customizer paint his face and all that. So all you're doing is doing a full body repaint. And look at that. That is a beauty. But just like Yokozuna, they don't change out the Series 7 picture or anything like that. They just keep that whole. I'm trying to feel for the tape on this, but
That was kind of lazy. They didn't even switch that out. I think they knew they were done by that series, and they just said, "Whatever, man."
But I mean, I love the Purple Crush. Like, I put Purple Crush again in my top 10 favorite Hasbro figures. Series 7 again is still probably like my top 15, top 20. Some people say that they like the Series 7 better than the purple, but I don't know. I like the purple because I think it's more unique. Maybe because of the face paint. And it's not like anything like super
I'm a
unique. I mean, it's a very
Series
simple
one for
color.
me all day. I'm a Series one guy. Series one was my favorite series.
When we talk about favorite series, because of the quantity released, the accessories, the characters, the poses, I still say Series 3 overall is the best. Series 8, a very
Yeah.
close second. Series 4, right behind them. But that is Crush, and we're gonna follow up with the very last figure, Ludwig Borga. Again, I have all these figures loose as original,
Sold it.
but the figures
You sold
inside
your
the
carded one, man.
yeah, I sold my original carded one, and I kept the
Mm,
one that I kept the custom one. I should have tried to sell the custom with the original card, but
yeah.
I figured I could get more money for the original, the 100% original card, original figure. And for the price I sold it for, I could have probably got $200 for this one, original card with custom figure. But hell, I could have probably taken the custom figure out and sold the card for $200. So
Uh,
I really screwed myself big time. And I don't know, man. Like, I think some customizers
that's
do
one
better work than
figure
others.
I'm on the hunt for. I don't know if I'll ever get it, but I haven't slowed so far down on these Hasbros. I mean, I'm basically done. Um, missing like 15 total. I'm like slow far down. I don't know if I'll ever complete it.
So Borga made an album. That's awesome.
It's funny. I
Yeah,
didn't hear about that. Huh.
Corn. I only watched very little of WCW back in like the very early '90s, and like I said, it wasn't like a staple in my household or anything like that. It was just something like you watched temporarily while you were like flipping through the channels, like midday. Like you get home from school, school ended like elementary school that is, like elementary school ended at 2:30. You walk home, you get home at like 2:37, 2:40, 2:45, whatever. And maybe at like around 4 o'clock, 4:30, you're flipping around through the channels, maybe on TNT or TBS, whatever it was on. You come across WCW, and you watch for a few minutes or maybe half hour, whatever, depending on who was wrestling or what was going on, and that was it. But it's always the same exact matches. Like there was always the same characters wrestling. I never saw anybody else in ring, and I bring it up
I
every
enjoyed
time I talk WCW.
WCW from like 95 to like 98 ish, and that was it. 95. I love the whole NWO thing. Wasn't a fan of it going to Red and Black. Uh, watched that with the Wolfpack shit. Then kind of fizzled out.
Well, I think when all of these guys, Vader, the Steiner brothers, Ric Flair, Legion of Doom, when the Nasty Boys, I mean, who else was there? I mean, I think that's pretty much the biggest names I could recall, in WCW, right? Whenever
I mean,
those guys,
I
when,
went
when those
to
guys all came to WWF, there was no point of watching WCW anymore because, like, literally, those were always the same. Those were the only guys I ever saw in WCW. Without
So, you, but
No, you're
here
good.
are photos. I think I showed these before. Raw back in '96, I believe it was, and I took some pictures. So here's Roddy Piper in the ring
Oh, sweet.
with Gene. I think that's Ric Flair and what's the other four horseman's name? The guy with the glasses, the big guy with like the balding head,
Arn Anderson.
the enforcer. Arn
Arn
Anderson is, I
Anderson.
think that's him. I know, I don't know, but that's Piper, Piper, Flair, and Mean Gene, and someone else. And then we've got Ultimo Dragon. I don't know who that is next to him because I'm holding it towards you guys. If I got what else is on this one, Ultimo Dragon doing some kind of. Hold on, if I can get it to show up. Give me 1 second. Flip there. Do you see it? Like a backflip off the top rope. I think that was one of his finishing moves or some shit.
Oh,
Do you see him
nice.
in the air there? Up here. So there's that. And then I don't know who he's in the ring with, Ultimo Dragon. And then let's see if I got. Oh, when Monday Nitro, they did the fireworks thing when they just get ready to go live. The rings look so small in person in real life. It's insane how tiny these rings are in person. So do I have anything else? No, that's it. There's some photos from '96, or it was.
Yeah. Man, this part right here about Borga becoming a Nazi, man, that's or having Nazi feeling like that's interesting. That that's the guy that Vince McMahon chose to end Tatanka's run of being undefeated. So I wonder if
That
like how Tatanka feels about that crap nowadays. Like that's
Oh, that's
stupid.
Bret Hart. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. That's Bret Hart and Ultimo Dragon in the ring. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Right there,
No, you're good.
I think that's Bret Hart. I think I see pink tights and that little black thing is that top part, singlet top part.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
kind of
sure
faded,
that's
but
Bret
like,
Hart and Ultimo Dragon.
but now that you mention it, it kind of it kind of makes sense.
I think that is. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you're good. Shoot. I mean, I like that this video was more than just Hasbro's because I mean, going over seven figures, it was basically going to be like a half-hour episode, anyways, right? So, we always want these episodes to go a little bit longer. Have more of a conversation, be more engaged, obviously, with the viewers, the commenters, and whatnot. So, uh, I obviously apologize. I have my contractors here, and they were delivering something for me, and I had to step away. So I had to take their call and everything,
Yeah,
and that kind of messed up the stream a little bit. But you
yeah.
said
The
no
beginning of the
no live
stream had some
show,
issues.
no live show next week. So it'll probably be another 2 weeks before we have our next show. And so did you want to do the unofficial Series 12 the next time, or did you want to cut into the uh, the ring and the Royal Rumble figures and other accessories
I
for?
mean, when you were gone, I showed some of the Hasbro ring. I pulled my Hasbro ring down. I don't know. You can do what you want. I do want to one day though, maybe transition over to like reviewing the V8 wrestling VHS tapes, like from the '80s to mid '90s, possibly, because I have a ton of WWF VHS tapes.
After Hasbro, that'd be fine. I have some, not a. Well, I mean, I
Maybe I
do
just got to see how
I have a
things are
decent
going.
number. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, plus that doesn't have to
but
be like
yeah,
a super crazy long episode or anything either. So,
right.
I mean, hell, we could make that like a
Yeah,
daily thing almost. Do
yeah,
like 20 or 30 minutes a day or something. That'd be fun. But I should probably get out there with the
yeah. Let's
guys,
do it.
check on them, make sure they're okay and whatnot. Pretty much done with the review for today, I guess.
Yeah.
But
All
unless you
right
have
then.
anything
Yeah,
else,
I'm gonna roll myself.
all right, awesome.
What'd you say?
I was just checking to see if you had anything else you wanted to put out for today.
Uh, Nothing that I can think of off the top of my head. There's some stuff I want to talk about, but today I've got some stuff going on, so maybe next time we go live, I'll bring up some stuff.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Just want to say, as always, special shout out, obviously, to Kirk, Kirk's Corner. But definitely, always, guys, check him out. Be sure to like and subscribe to his channel. And sometimes he does clip this video and put it on his channel as well. Even if you watch this video, please watch the full length video on his as well. Help build up his watch hours on his channel. Help him get monetized if we can. As always, I want to thank you guys, of course, for watching, for commenting. You guys are the reasons why we do these videos, and it's always a blast to hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
So
I do appreciate you guys interacting with us because us do a better. It helps me at least open up more and not feel so socially awkward. So I appreciate that. It also keeps things flowing good. So the more people that
absolutely,
interact, the better. I like that.
absolutely, man. But guys, we are going to say goodbye for the day. And tomorrow, Fly the All Night, we have our live stream 7 p.m. Eastern time. Please be sure to tune in for that. And
Yeah.
until next time, guys, take care, and
All
we'll
right.
see you then. Goodbye, everyone.
Yep. Peace. Bye bye.